So guys, welcome back to channel Get to Byte. This is in continuation with the device driver and application code for STM32F103 or STM32 bare metal coding. In the last video of this playlist, we have done with the block diagram for our SPI communication and for our SPI peripheral in STM32 microcontrollers. Now in this video, we are going to write the code of our SPI peripheral, and then I am going to show you on how, like for this demonstration purpose and for making its device driver, I use this SPI SPI flash based flash memory chips, which is of Winbond W25Q128JV. So I will be using this and will be connecting this via SPI pins to my microcontroller and making it code and showing you its application and device driver for SPI and application code for this one. So before proceeding with that, there is a one thing that I would like to like in the last video, as we have understood the block diagram and the pin slave select management things. So just going little bit revising that thing and going bit that into again. So because this the only part which is tricky and which is complicated when we are making the SPI device driver or to understand the SPI peripherals in microcontrollers is the understanding of these NSS pin configurations. So for NSS pin configuration, slave select pin configuration, there are basically three bits which we need to consider. Okay, the one is SSM bit. SSI bit is also very SSI bit plays an important role, and then these two bits in the SPI underscore CR1 register, and then in the SPI underscore CR2 register, in the SPI underscore CR2 register SSOE bit. These three bits are of only concern when we are configuring our NSS pin. Now what role does each bit plays is, just let me tell you from this para that it is written slave select pin management. Now first pin bit which we need to remember is the SSM bit. Okay, its full form is software select management pin bit. So this selects whether the slave select management bit. So this selects whether the NSS pin will be controlled from the software side or from the hardware side. So the thing is here that when there is a feature in SPI STM32 microcontrollers and in higher end microcontrollers, not only to STM32 but for another microcontrollers also, like of Microchip and Nordiac, that in the SPI communication we can control the slave select management pin, slave select pin via the software only. By software it means that we will be needing only three pins for our communication for our SPI. Okay, MISO, MOSI and SCK. Not requirement of the slave select pin. In such a case, there is a bit in a microcontroller SPI peripheral, and that bit is in STM32 is SSI bit. Okay, so what does SSI bit do? That when this bit controls the slave select NSS pin. So if we write the 1 on the SSI bit, then my SPI communication will work. It will be considered as that my pin has received a low signal, and when I write a bit on it, then it will be considered as high value. Then no SPI communication will be happening. Okay, so that is what we do when we mean by software NSS management. That there is not requirement of hardware GPIO pin. Only using the firmware SSI bit, in the internal SSI bit, we can control our SPI communication. So this way we can save one of our pin and just do the SPI communication via three pins. This is software NSS management. In the hardware NSS management, we control our SPI communication using the hardware GPIO pin, set its value to low and high using the normal GPIO output registers and output features. Okay, so like if we and in such a case SSM equals to 0 when we are using the hardware NSS main, we have to configure its we have to set the SSOE bit to 1 also. Okay, so because SSOE bit determines that whether my the slave select pin output will be enabled or disabled. So now, like as I am configuring in the hardware mode, so it's pretty obvious that if I am considering in a hardware way, so I will be using my GPIO for NSS pin in output mode. So we have to enable SSOE equals to 1. So the thing is like that when we are using the software NSS management pin, that is SSM equals to 1, we will be using the SSI bit. And when we are using the hardware NSS management, then for this, in such a case, correspondingly SSOE bit has to be set to 1. Okay, and this configuration is for slave. When we have configured our microcontroller in slave, then we have to set SSM equals to 0 and SSOE equals to 0. Why? Because SSM equals to 0 means my hardware NSS, my hardware slave select pin will be controlling my device. And when I have set my SSOE to 0, then it means that my output is disabled, so it will be configured in my, as I have told you, it is a slave kind of thing. When we are using these, both of these in 0 0, so slave, it will be input pin, so output will be disabled. Okay, so this is the important thing. The only and straightforward thing that you have to remember is that SSM equals to 1 hardware, then my SSI bit will be used for confirming my SPI communication, for starting and for enabling it, and SSI bit high and low. When I am using a hardware NSS pin, SSM equals to 0, then SSOE bit will be equals to 1 if we have configured in master communication, and normal GPIO pin will be controlling my SPI device. And if I have configured in slave, so in slave, no software NSS management SSI will not work. We have to configure in hardware only, because my pin will be controlled by hardware, by the external microcontroller, and in that such a case my output will be disabled, as it will be in an input mode, so SSOE bit will be equals to 0. Okay, so that's it for this video. Like this point, this concept is important from the slave select pin management in the SPI peripheral devices for STM32 microcontroller. They are understanding that how do we control them via hardware and software, and what bits are required, because this thing is important when we are working with 2 to 3 SPI devices and you're connecting them on a same bus but having them different NSS pins. So in that case, this thing is important. So now in the next video, we will be starting with its embedded C code. I have dedicated one full video for this slave select pin management pin to make it understand in a clear way to you guys that how exactly we configure our NSS pin for our STM32 microcontrollers.